Self-taught luthier Ryoji Matsuoka began making guitars following World War II as the popularity of enka music helped introduce more Japanese to the guitar. After about a decade of refining his skill, he established Matsuoka Musical Instruments Karaos Ltd. In 1959. Matsuoka is a boutique firm specializing in well-made classical guitars for entry to mid-level players. Influenced by luthiers such as Hauser, Kohno, and Ramirez, Matsuoka produced guitars for Aria and Ibanez in the 1960s and 1970s and produced his own line starting in the early 1970s. Up to the early 80s, Ryoji Matsuoka himself handcrafted the top-of-the-line Mastercraft models for Ibanez. This guitar was handmade and signed by master luthier Ryoji Matsuoka in 1974. It is an instrument of much higher grade than models MG100 made in later years. Being priced 100,000 yen, it was way underpriced if compared with instruments made by leading Japanese luthiers of that era. Since the very beginning of Ryoji's career, his guitars have always offered exceptional value to all guitar lovers. It was all possible thanks to his business philosophy and a team of very skilled luthiers working under his supervision. By the end of 1970s, due to significant changes in world's economy and currency exchange rates, all Japanese gakis had to redesign their guitar lineups and adjust their prices in order to remain competitive on international markets and still make profits. Higher-end models became more expensive, while mid-range models were made with lower-grade materials and had simpler construction if compared with similarly labeled models made during 1970s. This MG100 guitar is of much higher grade than Matsuoka's model MG100 made in 1985, or MG150 made in 1995, or MG200 made in 2005. Since the very beginning of Aranjuez brand, 1968, the very top model was assembled and finished at Masaru Kohno workshop with the soundboard made by either Kohno himself or one of his associates. After Kohno's passing in 1998, his workshop is run Masaki Sakurai, who until today oversees production of Aranjuez guitars, perhaps being current owner of this brand. Aranjuez guitars were handmade in 2012 in cooperation between Ryoji Matsuoka and Masaki Sakurai workshops. Ryoji Matsuoka's workshop made the neck and the body, while Masaki Sakurai made the soundboard and performed final assembly of this terrific instrument. History had documented that Matsuoka, Kohno, and Sakurai once collaborated to make the best classical guitars during the golden age of Japanese classical guitars in the 70s to the 80s.